All right, guys, I'm finally getting out to work on this guy. So what I've done is I've seated the bearings better so that they're not as loose. I'm going to let those sit and dry. I've also put um, the coil retention ring on the coil itself, glued those in so I can start wrapping the coil. I also tightened up the main unit, put nuts on the back screws, so they're all good. And then I've built this guy out. It doesn't have any magnets in it, but I'm going to run it through a sanding a sanding regimen, if you will, to get it nice and smooth. Yeah, so it's just a matter of now wrapping the coil on these guys, putting the magnets in here, which I have, and then I have to figure out the best way to put this thing together. I only have some screws in there, and even less on that side, just to keep it tight. As you can see, it's pretty tight. There's a little loose area there. I got to figure out something for this where they connect. I got to figure something out. But that's not a big deal. I can figure that out. But I'm going to sand it up if I can. I'm actually thinking about reprinting these guys because I printed them with this side facing down on the printer bed because I didn't want to mess up the inside of the coil. Let me see if I can show you if I have one. No, I don't. Well, yeah, no, these are completely different. Well, no, this is kind of the same. So we have, this was the part that was facing up versus the outside, okay? Because I wanted this to be better. But it turns out I was incorrect in my analysis. I should have printed these with the inside of these facing down on the bed so that this side would be nice. But it's no big deal. This is just to hold the magnet. So I'm going to give these guys a good sanding, and then hopefully I can start winding these. Spaceman, I got your info on how to put the magnets in there. That's a great idea, using a metal plate so that they don't bounce and jump all over the place. But I'm only going to be able to do that to a certain point. I can do it like in two halves, get the magnets in there, and then I'm going to have to put it in the system, put these guys on and put it in the system. And I think it was G-Law that said, or maybe it was you that said, put these in last, which kind of makes sense. It'll give me more room to play around with this, but I'll have to play around with that and see how that's going. Got my new coil that I just printed. This is really nice. I'm using a system where the part that hits the bed comes out real shiny, like actual plastic. You can kind of see the sheen on there versus something like this, which is all right. I mean, or something like this. So this is from the Ender bed, and I've switched out to what's called a Wham Bam system, which is super. It's a spring steel that has I think it's a PEI coating on it, or PXE or PEI, something like that. But I'm gonna do this one next. But I gotta finish this guy, so I'm just tightening things up, and then I should be ready. I'll probably glue this base piece in place, glue these guys in place, unless I already have. No, I haven't. So I got to glue these guys in place so they're nice and stiff. Anyway, just a quick update on what's going on. All right, ciao.